Aspire to a clean career, leaving no shame for descendants. Hello everyone. Welcome to Encounter Chinese, Case Stories, Cases Judged by Bao Gong. Today, I'm going to tell you two short stories. The first story is titled, Ripping the Umbrella in Two. There was a man named Luo Jinxian. One day, it was raining heavily, and Luo Jinxian, holding an umbrella, went out to visit a friend. As he passed by a pavilion in the back alley, he happened to encounter a young man taking shelter from the rain. The young man, upon seeing Luo Jinxian, requested to share the umbrella with him. This young man was Stories-Bao, a well-known scoundrel in the city who made a living by deceiving people with his smooth talking. People around him were unwilling to associate with him. Luo Jinxian also didn't want to get close to him, so he politely declined, saying, "The rain is really heavy now. You don't have an umbrella, and mine is too small to cover both of us." Seeing this, Stories-Bao smiled ingratiatingly and lied. "I had an umbrella myself, but I kindly lent it to a friend just now. I'm in a hurry to get home, so please help me out. Look, your umbrella is quite big. We can easily fit under it together." Luo Jinxian was reluctant at first, but after hearing Stories-Bao speak so pitifully, his heart softened, and he reluctantly agreed to share the umbrella with him. As they walked together and reached the end of South Street, Stories-Bao suddenly snatched the umbrella and said coldly, "Since you're going that way, I'll take the umbrella with me." Luo Jinxian was furious and shouted, "Give me back my umbrella." But Stories-Bao sneered and said, "Don't be in such a hurry. Let me get home first, and I'll return the umbrella tomorrow." With that, he attempted to walk away. Luo Jinxian, enraged, chased after him and cursed, "You scoundrel! I shouldn't have shared the umbrella with you in the first place, and now you're trying to steal it? Unbelievable." Unable to tolerate it any longer, Luo Jinxian fought with Stories-Bao. The two of them kept walking and fighting until they finally reached the government office where Bao Gong worked. Bao Gong heard the commotion outside and ordered the officers to bring the two men into the court. He asked, "Why are you two quarreling?" Stories-Bao was the first to respond. "You must help me, Your Honor. My name is Stories-Bao, and today, I kindly shared an umbrella with Luo Jinxian. But later, he tried to take the umbrella for himself. It's outrageous." Luo Jinxian retorted, "How could this be your umbrella? It's clearly mine." Bao Gong asked, "Since you both claim the umbrella is yours, is there any distinguishing mark on it?" Both of them shook their heads and said, "It's just an ordinary umbrella, there's no mark on it." Bao Gong then asked, "Was there anyone who witnessed you two deciding to share the umbrella?" Luo Jinxian said, "I met Stories-Bao in the back alley, and it was raining heavily at the time, so there was no one else around." But Stories-Bao confidently said, "You're lying. There were definitely two other people present, I just didn't know them." Bao Gong continued, "How much did you pay for the umbrella when you bought it?" Luo Jinxian replied. It's a new umbrella. I bought it for 20 coins. Upon hearing this, Bao Gong became angry and sternly said, You're causing a scene at the court over a mere 20 copper coins. Since you two are being so unreasonable, I will have the umbrella torn in half, and each of you will get one half. With that, he ordered his officers to tear the umbrella apart, giving each man half, and then had both of them thrown out. When the two men left, Bao Gong privately instructed the gatekeeper. Go listen to what these two say after they leave, and report back to me. Shortly afterward, the gatekeeper returned and reported. One of them was complaining about you for being unreasonable and muddle-headed, while the other said to someone nearby, You're really shameless. Competing with me for the umbrella, today's just your unlucky day. Upon hearing this, Bao Gong immediately ordered the constables to bring the two men back. He asked, Who was cursing me just now? The gatekeeper pointed at Luo Jinxian and said, It was this man who was cursing you. Bao Gong angrily said, How dare you curse a local official? Do you know that's a serious crime? He pretended to be furious and threatened to have his officers give Luo Jinxian 20 lashes. Luo Jinxian, panicked, quickly defended himself. I didn't curse anyone. I'm being wronged. Qiu Yisua, however, firmly insisted. It was clearly him who cursed, and now he's trying to deny it. He stole my umbrella and refuses to admit it. Bao Gong laughed and said, Now that you've mentioned the umbrella, I can't punish you because you had every right to complain. But I'm now certain that Qiu Yisua is the one who stole the umbrella. This umbrella is too ordinary, with no distinguishing marks, so it's hard to tell whose it is. That's why I tore it apart to test you. If I misjudged the case and destroyed the evidence, the rightful owner would be upset and complain about me, which is a natural reaction. However, the person who doesn't own the umbrella wouldn't be angry. Qiu Yisua quickly tried to defend himself. It's Luo Jinxian who's greedy. He cursed you when you didn't give him the umbrella. The umbrella is clearly mine. Bao Gong responded sternly. You scoundrel. Even now, you're still trying to deceive me. Based on Luo Jinxian's attitude earlier, at most, he was just venting his frustration, but you falsely accused him of insulting an official. Fortunately, I had someone listen to your conversation. I'm busy with important matters and don't have time to handle trivial cases like this. Tearing the umbrella was the quickest solution. Otherwise, would you expect me to waste the court's time by sending officers to the streets to gather witnesses and evidence over an umbrella? With that, Bao Gong ordered Qiu Yisua to be beaten 10 times and made him compensate Luo Jinxian with 200 coins. Unexpectedly, there were indeed 2 witnesses who had passed by, one of whom was a grain merchant named Sun Fu. He had seen the entire incident of Luo Jinxian lending the umbrella to Qiu Yisua. When he heard about the case, he clapped his hands and said, Bao Gong is truly the embodiment of justice on earth, able to solve the case without witnesses. Later, when Bao Gong learned there were witnesses, he summoned Sun Fu to verify the details. Sun Fu recounted how Qiu Yisua had tricked Luo Jinxian, which confirmed to Bao Gong that his judgment had been correct. The second story is titled, Return the Chopping Knife. There once was a man named Zhou Jing, who made a living by cutting firewood. One morning, Zhou Jing went up the mountain to chop firewood, and then carried the firewood into town to sell. For convenience, he casually stuck his chopping knife into the bundle of firewood. When he sold the wood, he forgot to pull out the knife, inadvertently selling it along with the firewood to a scholar named Lu Riqian. After selling the wood and receiving 2 copper coins, Zhou Jing went home. That afternoon, he went back to the mountains to chop more wood when he suddenly remembered that his knife was still stuck in the bundle he sold earlier. In a hurry, he ran to Lu's house to retrieve it. However, Lu Riqian, being a stingy man, falsely claimed he had never seen the knife and refused to return it, no matter what. Zhou Jing grew anxious, cursing under his breath, and as his temper flared, his words became more and more insulting. Relying on his position as Bao Gong's favored disciple, Lu Riqian felt confident and quickly wrote a complaint, accusing Zhou Jing of insulting a scholar. He had his family deliver the complaint to the county court where Bao Gong presided. After reading the complaint, Bao Gong found it to be a trivial matter. Since Zhou Jing had spoken rudely, he ordered a symbolic punishment of 5 strikes with a plank before releasing him. Zhou Jing, upon returning home, became angrier the more he thought about it. He felt deeply wronged, not only losing his chopping knife but also being unjustly punished. In his frustration, he returned to Lu Riqian's house and began cursing loudly at the gate. Eventually, Lu Riqian, enraged, dressed himself properly and went to see Bao Gong in person. He said, "That Zhou Jing is a troublemaker. Although you've already punished him, he's not repentant at all. Instead, he's gone even further, cursing more viciously in the streets. I beg you to punish him more severely to set an example for other unruly people." Although Bao Gong heard Lu Riqian's plea, he thought to himself, "Zhou Jing is just a simple villager. How could he be so bold as to repeatedly insult a scholar? He claims that his chopping knife is at Lu Riqian's place, while Lu denies it. For someone whose livelihood depends on chopping wood, the knife is extremely important. If he weren't truly desperate, he wouldn't keep going to Lu's house to cause a commotion. It seems likely that the knife is indeed with Lu Riqian." With this thought, Bao Gong privately shared his suspicions and a plan with his subordinate Li Jie, carefully instructing him to carry it out. Li Jie, having received his orders, left to execute the plan. While Lu Riqian and Bao Gong were chatting, Li Jie took the opportunity to visit Lu Riqian's home. He said to Lu's wife, "The other day, that villager Zhou Jing insulted your husband and was taken to the county court. Bao Gong punished him with 5 strokes. But yesterday, he came to your home again to cause trouble, so we took him back to the court, and Bao Gong punished him with 10 more strokes. Your husband couldn't bear to see him punished any further, so he sent me here to tell you to return the chopping knife to Zhou Jing." Lu Riqian's wife, a bit puzzled, asked, Why didn't my husband come to get it himself? Li Jia smiled and replied, Your husband is having a rare and pleasant chat with Bao Gong right now. You know how infrequently he gets the chance, so he can't come back so quickly. Without any more doubt, Lu Riqian's wife quickly fetched the chopping knife and handed it over to Li Jia. Li Jia brought the knife back to the court and immediately presented it to Bao Gong, saying, Your suspicion was correct. The knife was indeed at Lu Riqian's house. Bao Gong then summoned Zhou Jing to verify, and upon seeing the knife, Zhou Jing excitedly exclaimed, Your Honor, this is indeed my knife. At that moment, Lu Riqian's face turned pale. Bao Gong, pretending to be angry, scolded. Zhou Jing, I did not punish you without reason. When you sought your knife, you should have spoken politely. You weren't even certain that the knife was mixed in with the wood, yet as soon as you arrived at Lu Riqian's home, you immediately started cursing. You know very well that insulting a scholar is a crime under the law. The 5 strokes I gave you were already lenient. You have already settled the payment in goods, but Lu Riqian's complaint did mention that he intended to return your knife. Yet, you still disregarded this and went on to cause a disturbance. While I will return the knife to you, you must still face another 20 strokes. Upon hearing this, Zhou Jing, terrified, immediately knelt down and begged for mercy. Bao Gong coldly said, If you apologize to Lu Riqian face to face, considering your difficult livelihood, I will spare you this time. Frightened, Zhou Jing hurriedly kowtowed several times before Lu Riqian, then ran off as fast as he could. After Zhou Jing left, Bao Gong turned to Lu Riqian and said, Do you realize how hard it is to make a living by cutting and selling firewood? The chopping knife is Zhou Jing's tool for survival, yet you could bear not returning it to him. As a scholar, such conduct is truly unbecoming. If I hadn't investigated the matter thoroughly today and instead punished Zhou Jing with another 20 strokes, it would have been an injustice to a hard-working man. But when I publicly said that you were willing to return his knife, it both calmed his anger and preserved your dignity and honor as a scholar. You should take this as a lesson and never act this way again. Lu Riqian, his face burning with shame, was too embarrassed to speak and left in silence. In this way, Bao Gong used his strategy not only to return the chopping knife to its rightful owner and ease Zhou Jing's anger but also to make Lu Riqian admit his mistake without damaging his reputation. This brilliant approach showcased Bao Gong's wisdom, as well as his sense of justice and compassion. Alright. Today's case stories, Ripping the Umbrella in Two, and Return the Chopping Knife, conclude here. If you enjoyed these stories, don't forget to like and subscribe. Feel free to leave a comment and share it with others. See you next time.